Greetings, folks! Welcome back to the Seth Show. And today, as the NSC Dumaguete approaches, I am presenting with you another NSC season special video. And that video today is ranking my favorite NSC events. Now, throughout my life as an NSC delegate, I joined a total of 27 unique events from academics to arts to music, platform, and athletics. I am glad that I was able to touch most all of the major categories at the student conventions, and I had my experiences with them, won some, lost some, and yeah, so today we're going to be looking at every single unique event that I joined, ranking them, talking about them very quickly, and seeing how much I enjoyed them, how much I would rejoin them if I could, and how much I'd do be better without. Here we are. We have a tier list, all the events here. I made these pictures here, you can see in the bottom, of every single event. So from 100-meter dash to poetry recitation to chess and famous speech, etc. So we're just gonna use the basic S, A, B, C, D tiers here. S tier is like, I love this event. I loved doing it. I didn't really have bad experiences with it. I'd rejoin it again and again. If I had unlimited NSCs, I'd do it again and again. A tier is like almost that level. I really enjoyed it, but not exactly my number one favorites. B tier is also still on the positive side. Like, okay, it was good, but I wouldn't mind rejoining it, but I also wouldn't really mind not joining it. C is, I guess, neutral. Like, eh. It's an event that exists. And D is like, this event isn't me. I just joined it for whatever reason. I really wouldn't mind not joining it again. Heck, if I had another convention to join, it wouldn't be any priority. I'd only join it if I had spare slots, So that kind of event. So we're doing this alphabetically. So that starts us off with 100-meter dash. I joined that along with 4x100-meter relay at NSC 2018, Rojas. It was fine. At the time, I wasn't really athletic, like not at all. So I didn't really mind joining it. I also didn't mind not joining it, but I don't even know why I joined it. It was a good experience. We practiced like every day in our school gym. We were jogging there for hours and hours on end. Once we were there, I didn't lose terribly. I didn't get any place in the top 15. I was actually planning on rejoining it for vegan, but it wasn't really a priority at all. So like, I don't think it's D tier, it's C tier. Same with 4x100. I do like 100-meter dash more than 4x100 because 4x100, you kind of rely on your teammates. Whereas 100, it's like, it's completely just you. If you lose, then that's all on you. If you lose in 4x100, that might be because of your teammates. Now, that's not to say I had bad teammates, but I just like the individuality of the event, I suppose. Bible Bowl, one of the quintessential events. At GCA, it was just like, okay, we don't have a lot of delegates, so anyone could just join anything. No competition whatsoever, so we were really chill about it, but at the same time, we didn't practice at all. We didn't review, we didn't quiz each other. There was next to no preparation for Bible Bowl and Pace Bowl whatsoever at GCA. After my time, I don't know, but during my time, that was the case. So it wasn't a serious event. And this is actually one of the events that I thought about rejoining, but decided, nope, I'm not going to rejoin. That was in vegan. I joined Baseball and Bible Bowl at JSC, then NSC 2017 and 2018. And then I was thinking about 2019, but then I was like, not worth it. I could do better events where we actually have a chance. So yeah, D tier. I'll put Baseball there. Wait, where is baseball? Let's screw it. Let's just there. Boom. Both of them are just there. I did like baseball more though because it was less of a guessing game. Bible Bowl was fully a guessing game. You have to like review 10, 11 books of the Bible. We didn't do any of that. Whereas Pace Bowl is based on what you do in the paces. Character trait picture. This was one of those events that, this case is true for most, if not all, of my photography events that I've ever joined. All my photography entries. I only joined those events because I happened to have a good photo that I could submit. Like, I was looking through my gallery and I was like, oh, I could submit this. So, joined the event, submitted it, just like that. If I didn't have the photo, I would never have joined the event. Like, none at all. I wouldn't have gone out of my way to be like, let's try to take this photo or that photo or whatever. So, that's under Bible Bowl. Without the photo, I never would have joined. But hey, it got a top 15 in 2021. Aha! Character trait video. Very, very good event. I'm seesawing between A tier and S tier because character trait video was super, super fun to do. Stressful, yes, as with all the other short films that I've been involved in, but fun nonetheless. Like, really, really fun. From writing it to rehearsing the lines, table reads, shooting it, directing it, editing, all that. Really, really fun. The photo there is a behind the scenes photo of the same, our last character trait video for ISE 2023. And it was really, really fun. So I don't know, S tier or A tier. I'll put it top of A for now. We'll think about that. Checkers. I joined Checkers because why not? That was for NSC 2017. And the only reason why I rejoined it at all my future on-site NSCs was because I reached the third round in Checkers. Every single time I did not practice. It was really just an event that I joined just because. But it was something that I did rejoin in Vegan over Pace and Bible Bowl. So I'll put it, I think it's a D tier event. Chess was something I definitely was more serious in. I practiced for that. I prepared for that. I loved the game endlessly more than I've ever loved checkers. And I still play it a lot nowadays. So that's definitely above checkers, above these sports events. Heck, B tier. I think it'll be a B tier. I really enjoyed it. I was never as serious as with some of my platform events, but it was something I definitely enjoyed. Essay writing started in a similar vein as checkers or pace bowl or Bible bowl, where I just joined it just because, I saw, okay, essay writing, let's join it, let's write an essay, and bahala na. Bahala na. But as time went on, I enjoyed it more and more, especially by the time that I reached PCST. Because at PCST, as a senior high school student, we had a lot of essays to write. There was a lot of feedback. There was a lot of care put into ensuring that we had the best essays that we could. My teacher for understanding culture, society, and politics, UCSB, was Principal Barrera. She would give very good feedback on our essays. And that really motivated me to write better essays, to the point that when I was selected to represent PCST in essay writing at my very first year in PCST, which was like phenomenal. That's one of their PCST's top events, creative composition. And it really made me think that, okay, this is something I want to do. I was never really a big fan of essays until around this time. So that helped me realize that, essays, they can be fun. You can really put your thoughts here in an organized manner, formal, very nice. So I got 12th in essay writing, that NSC. Submitted that for ISE, didn't get anything. Rejoined essay writing, my last NSC, and it got second. And that was around the time when I started to be proud of my essays. I was looking at my submissions, like 2 Commandments to Save the World. That was my submission for 2022. That got second, and then got like 13th or 14th at ISE 2023. I was starting to look at those pieces and be proud of them. So I think because of the recent successes, I'll put it as an A tier. Really good event. I'd rejoin it for sure if I had another NSC. Famous speech. This is my quintessential event. My very first event ever. Our coach, student convention coordinator at GCA, who introduced us to the student conventions and who really led our efforts there, was Sir Eugene Bulosan. And he put me in famous speech. Really, really loved it. From the very start, just looking at selecting the pieces, I chose my speech here, by the infamy speech by Franklin Roosevelt for JSE 2016. Then I rejoined NSE 2018, Charlie Chaplin's speech in The Great Dictator. 2019, Patrick Henry's Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death. 2022, this time, Ma'am Barrera was the one who chose the piece for me, The Prince of Peace by William Jennings Bryan. And every single time, I enjoyed it, start to finish, memorizing. At the very start, you think, as with all other platform events, you kind of feel lazy to join it. You're like, do I really want to memorize like 3 pages of this speech and then go at it word for word? You're kind of lazy to join it. That's why I didn't join it in 2017. But it's so fulfilling once you start to get down to memorizing it, once you're starting to master it, and you you have those inflections with your voice and the hand gestures and the expressions of your face and moving from one side of the room to the other while you're reciting it. You just get in the zone. It's so good. My favorite event of all time, famous speech, S tier, no doubt. And also the best story out of all my events. Some events place automatically, some didn't at all. This one was a slow burn. At my very first time joining famous speech at JSC, got fifth. Then the next two times, 2018, 2019, nothing at all. No top 6, no top 15. And then joined 2022, my last NSC, first place. It's my favorite. I love that story. It's just, I love it. I love the event. I love how it went. My performances, the speeches, really, really good. Love it. Some music. Instrumental duet. For NSC Vegan 2019, our administrator in GCA, Ma'am Ses, introduced us to the kalimba, and she was saying, oh, you can use this to join music events. In Solo Miscellaneous, she showed us the instrument. She urged us to buy our own. Very, very easy to use. Very easy to learn. The finger piano, very, very fun. But it wasn't an event that I was ever really serious in. The only reason why I joined Instrumental Duet was because we so happened to both have kalimbas. We so happened to both play them after Ma'am Ses introduced them to us. And we were like, you know what, let's just join Duet. But it was never really that serious. So Duet is like, it's not, I'd rejoin it sooner than 100-meter dash for sure. But I joined chess before that, so I think it's good in C tier. It's like, eh. I wanted to rejoin it for 2022 when Anime, my classmate, was still joining. I got her to get a kalimba. She was infatuated by the instrument, and she agreed to do duet with me, but she ultimately didn't join the convention. So it's like I would rejoin it, but I wouldn't be the most serious about it. I was just thinking of joining it for 2022 because my events list, there was room. I had a slot, basically. Solo Miscellaneous is a little more serious because I joined it in 2019 in Vegan and got like 12th place, I think, or 11th was it. I would have rejoined it in 2021, but we were in the middle of moving to a new house at the time, so I didn't know where the kalimba was, so I wasn't able to join it. But 2022, I joined it. The main reason why I joined it was because it was my gateway to the CAP award, to qualifying for the CAP award. All other events didn't really do it for me. Like, I'm not a singer. I don't play, at the time, I didn't play any other instruments. No way was I gonna learn to play the piano really well just to qualify for CAP. So this was my key. It is above Duet because, again, as with my sports events, the individuality of the event helps. Like, it's just me up there and then I'm gonna perform. Is it above chess though? Yeah, at the end, it was more important. It might even become an A tier, but I'll keep it at B for now. Large Ensemble falls with other events that I just happened to join because I had room, but it wasn't something I was ever serious in. It was fun. Yeah, it was definitely fun. I'll put it above the sports events. Above Duet. Would I join Ensemble or Duet? I think I'd stick with Duet. Duet is like a CAP event, whereas Ensemble isn't really. A bunch of photography events. Again, like with character trait picture, I only joined photography, most of these events, just because I happen to have good photos to submit. If I didn't have them, then I wouldn't have gone out of my way to get them. So let's put plants and animals. There's a higher chance I would have submitted the plants and animals over character trait. Color, I think I would have submitted that. Scenic. I like taking scenic pictures, so I'll put that above plants. Still life, down there. Scenic color, I think here I like black and white more because then you get to play, you get to contrast the photos. And animals color, this is the only photography event, arts event that I ever placed in. Got 4th miraculously at ISC 2022, then 5th at ISC 2023. Yeah, I think it's definitely the top of my photography events. Again, gateway for CAP. I think let's place it above the sports events. Above Ensemble? Yeah, it's more important. Yeah, let's put it up there. Poetry Recitation. All my life, I wanted to join more platform events, but I think the reason why I wasn't able to join more was because I was constantly bogged down by the fact that famous speech wouldn't place at all. I think if I had placed in famous speech in Vegan, then I would have been more motivated to join other platform events. But I was still able to try poetry recitation in vegan. So I had two platform events that year: famous speech and poetry recitation, and it was fun. Just like famous speech, it was fun. Although I wasn't as serious there, so it's definitely an A tier. Like I love performing. I love memorizing these pieces and then putting my own spin on them, and then just getting in front of a crowd and then letting them have it. Very nice. I think essay writing. Yeah, I'm more passionate about essay writing. Oh. If I had another NSC, which would I prioritize more? I think poetry over essay writing. But character trait. No, character trait stays top of A tier because like filmmaking, very fun for me. I love film right now, and character trait just brings out more of that side of me. Okay, poetry writing. It kind of falls with essay writing, except minus the bit where I grew to love it more. I love writing poems now. I love reading poems, and poetry I think is beautiful. But in the NSC context, would I really like how high would I place it as a priority event? Not that high, to be honest. I like joining it, but like it was one of those events that I just joined just because. So I think yeah, I think that's fair. Above the 100-meter dash stuff and below Ensemble. Just cause Ensemble was more engaging. Like I felt like that was very, very fun to do. Yeah, let's put it above Duet. Yeah, there we go. And same with Filipino. Um, I just happened to have a Filipino poem, I think. That's why I joined the event. PowerPoint presentation. The only reason why I joined this event was for ISE 2023. I did not want to leave any stone unturned for this convention. That was my last ever. And I was only joining it virtually, so I wanted to join every event I could. And these were open events. So even though I didn't join them at the NSC, I could still join them here. So I joined PowerPoint presentation nonlinear with Lemuel, made a PowerPoint every NSC ever based on my video. It was nice, but it got 15th place out of like what, 30, 40 events if I remember correctly. Entries. But I wouldn't join it again. I just joined it because it was my last convention. We wanted to join website design and PowerPoint linear. However, we didn't have the time. We were doing our thesis at the time, so yeah. So where's that gonna go? Above photography, yeah, but under Bible Bowl. I think that's fair. I think that's good. Radio program. S tier. Not even thinking about it. S tier. This was the first event that I won a place in at an NSC, like top 6, where I got called on deck for. 5th place for our Shackled But Not Bound entry as PCST at NSC 2021. Very, very fulfilling. And just even before we won places, radio program had already been a vastly fulfilling event. Every single radio program that we made, every experience, the 2 in GCA, and my 6 in PCSC, including groups B and C for ISE 2023, which I also wrote. Every single one was just so fulfilling. Kind of like character trait video, where I recently looked at it in this light, where it kind of combines a lot of the skills that I have, a lot of my skills and interests. I'm a speaker, I'm a writer, somewhat of an actor, storyteller, editor, and it really combines that, like in character trait video. There's the writing, and then the table reads, and then the acting, and all that. It's so fun editing it together. And then once you have the final product and you put the music in there, really nice, and you watch it, you listen to it, and it's like, wow, it's so fulfilling. I love radio program. Every single one that we did was so fun, and it just got better every year. Is it better than famous speech though? That's tough. That is so tough because you have the story of famous speech where I didn't win again and again, and finally we won. Whereas the radio program is more of a victory story where first 2 times we didn't get in, but we were placing. We got 8th in vegan, 12th at ISC 21, 5th NSC 2021, and then finally the back-to-back championships at ISCs 2022 and 2023. It's more of like a victorious event, whereas famous speech was a long journey. I don't know. I don't know. Radio program, I feel like it's just in the later years, it just became me. Sure, they might say, okay, another person wants to join Famous Speech. They gotta compete with you to get it. Radio program, I think even PCST knew was like, okay, Seth, that's your event, do it. Yeah, I'll put radio program on top. I feel guilty doing this, but like, Famous Speech, it could go either way on any other day. We'll keep it as is. And scripture video, which is next, is kind of similar. I think it's A tier, straight away. Combines a lot of the skills, directing and editing and voice acting and planning it all together. Minus the writing bit, because you're just adapting the scripture that they send you. And yeah, definitely fun. Is it above solo miscellaneous? I think solo miscellaneous is more me. Let's elevate that to A tier actually. It was my path to the cap award. And scripture video, we only had one entry ever. Joined it for NSC 2022, then ISC 2023. It was the same entry. We just resubmitted it. I think if I had joined it more, it would be higher. If for ISC 2023, I was planning on creating a Wes Anderson inspired scripture video, you know, with all the symmetry and the color grading and such. But as it stands, it was certainly Well, did I really have a lot of fun? I'll bring it down to B tier. I'll bring it to B tier. I think that's fair. Short story writing, same vein as poetry writing. It was nice. It wasn't my go-to event. I'll put it under poetry writing. Because I think I'm more of a poet than a short story writer. And then finally, small ensemble, which I think it would be fair to put it right by large ensemble. I enjoyed large more just because our small ensemble was all male, and I like hearing the bigger variety of voices during these ensembles. So I like large more, even though both of them got 7th place. All right, this is the tier list. I want to edit stuff. I think there's too many D and C tiers here. So photography, animals, I think I'll elevate that to B tier because it's my cap event. That's how I qualified. I'll put checkers in C tier because I feel like there's more control there. So I think this is it. We have radio program and famous speech on top, followed by character trait video, poetry recitation, essay writing, and instrumental solo miscellaneous as A tiers. B tier, scripture video, chess and photography, animals, color. C tier, large ensemble, small ensemble, instrumental duet, poetry writing English, poetry writing Filipino, short story writing English, 100-meter dash, 4x100-meter relay, checkers, and C tier. Then D tier, pace bowl, Bible bowl, PowerPoint presentation nonlinear, photography scenic black and white, photography scenic color, photography plants color, photography plants and animals black and white, photography still life black and white, and character trait picture black and white. And I think that's it. My last place event is character trait picture black and white. I never would join that again unless I had a good photo. Radio program, famous speech, I'd rejoin those again and again. CTV, poetry recitation, writing, solo miscellaneous, if I could, I definitely would join those. Scripture video, chess, animals, I'd rejoin. Ooh, chess though, I enjoyed it, but I think this is more important for the cap event, you know. And everything else is like, I'll join them, but they're not my priorities. So yeah, I don't really regret joining any of these. I am glad I joined all of them. But these are my top priority events, my S, A, B tier events that I also had most fun in. The rest are like, bala na. And I think that should be it. So thank you very much for watching, everybody, and hopefully you were entertained. Hopefully this was insightful or whatever. This was nice for you guys. This is fun for me. More videos, hopefully. more to come. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later in the next one. See you guys.